Check, 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 check. All right, I think we're ready to rock and roll here, folks. Make sure I get back. Beautiful, there I go.
I think we're ready to rock and roll here, folks.
Here I is, everybody. So, like I said, welcome in. Get comfortable. Get settled in. What I was expressing before. Thank you, everybody who was able to view this particular program. This is the Ptah Shakur Speaks program coming every Monday, Manifestation Monday. Here, going out live to the White Rose Community Television viewership. As well as this is going out live on Facebook as well. I'm going to do my due diligence. Send this on out to my super friends here. Shout out Sharif Hamed. Shout out to Peace Elohim. Shout out to Willie Weaver with Raise the Bar apparel. Hopefully by next Monday, I can kind of show off some of the wonderful apparel that the God has blessed me with. So I'm looking to kind of do that live on, make that live here on the program. Send this on out to 2 more. So like I said, this is a live TV broadcast. I recommend everybody run real quick. Get your veggie straws, get your snacks, get a writing device. I'm going to go into why extremely short. Let me send this out. Shout out to Roger Meyer. We're going to get you on the program, bro. Had a wonderful conversation with you earlier this week. Roger Meyer, who am I missing? Anybody else I miss, I'm going to send this out once I do put this out on Facebook. This is going out live, like I said, White Rose Community Television, Facebook, this cam right here, going live on YouTube. This is Ptah Shakur with this weekly blast of love, light, motivation, inspiration to get you through the week. Like I mentioned before, this is the new year is the beginning. Spring is in the air. The equinox, we've got a lot of sun, solar activity that's going on. I'm going to kind of speak to before I get into all that. If you do want to call in, there's a call-in number at the bottom of the screen, 717-846-5067. Would like to dialogue, want me to expound on something to go a little bit further. Like I mentioned, I'm going to try to go into my Ptah's mailbag where I answer questions that is posed on people's minds and hearts at this particular key junction time right now. For all my high-level, those that's on the fast track, those that are updated in their frequency and they're really enjoying this new wave of consciousness that's coming in. If you don't know, it bears repeating. We are living in a particular time that was written in the scriptures. Go ahead and bring Revelations out. Not now, after the program. Finger through it. You see a lot of those type of stories that was put in that Revelation is popping off the pages right now, folks. So for those on the fast track that's already hip to the vibe, that's already on this frequency, just keep doing what you're doing. Elevating yourself, bettering yourself in the form of nutrition, how you relate to your reflections, which I'm going to get into with my little affirmation that I get into. For those that's on the middle track, you kind of really don't understand what's going on in the world right now. I would advise the middle trackers, do your due diligence. Do your homework. Make sure you vet all of your news. Make sure that you question everything that you've been taught, because believe it or not, what we're moving into, it's a lot of information I'm going to be sharing in this program that is time released, information that should be in the school system, but it's not, things that should be in the mass media, but it's not. So for all my middle trackers, make sure you do your due diligence. It's very, very important this time. And if you're on a slow track, you're probably not even watching this program anyways. There's a lot of things to kind of get your attention. There's a lot of Netflix shows, there's a lot of Desperate Housewives and all those type of things that entertain you. Could best believe that the enemy of truth is doing his very best to make sure he entertains us and distracts us from the true work that needs to be going on. Is that work that is going on inside of your body, inside of your chest, and in that exploit to find the God divine that's within. There's individuals that do not want you to look within. They're going to get you chasing all around the world, looking over here, going over there. It's going to throw you off. However, have no fear. Ptah Shakur is here. Here's my disclaimer. Warning! The information you hear, it may excite you, it may depress you, it may trigger you, it may cause a whole bunch of situations going on. But hey, best believe the information that I'm sharing about is coming from my scientific base. I've been an educator for quite a while now, researcher. I'll get into that with my affirmation. But Just want to let everybody know, do your due diligence with your information. This is a really, really powerful time. Also, warning, this is my little intro that I'm going into. It may sound quite egotistical. I promise you I'm not that individual, but have to give people reasons to understand why it is these words that are coming out of my mouth, why it is important for this information to be broken down and analyzed very, very succinctly. Go ahead and call in. The call-in number, like I said, if you're having any questions, really, really key time that we live in. So, I know my place in truth. I know what I am in truth. I know how I serve in truth. I'm free, I'm free, I'm free. I am in the upper room. God is, God is, God is. I, Ptah Shakur, I pledge to always look for the best in each and every circumstance and in each and every one, especially starting with myself. I come from love, I am love, and I choose to look at the world through the lens of love. I commit myself to choosing the upper room towards vibrating at the highest level possible. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm free, I'm free, I'm free. Behold, I make all things new. Now, one thing about these affirmations, you can feel free to steal any of these affirmations and utilize them for your own benefit. Whenever you put I am in front of your particular statements, that is what the energy that you pull from in the universe. There's, like I mentioned, scientifically based. A lot of this information I'm going to have notes for you to go and research it for yourself, such as the double slit theory, which I've mentioned on this program quite a bit. It's a scientific test to prove that we have an interaction with the matter and the atomic structures of everything that's around us. We actually place these structures of things that's around us into motion. This is so tremendously freeing and a little bit scary. What I mean by scary is that one of the most powerful poems I ever heard is What Are We Afraid Of? I just was put in Coach Carter. I'm not going to mention the whole thing, but it says, what are we afraid of? What we're afraid of is that we're infinitely powerful beyond measure. And by we subconsciously, when we shed our light, we give others the right to shine their light as well. So hence, you are more powerful than you think. You're an interdimensional being. You're not an ocean in a drop. You're a drop. You're not a drop in the ocean. You're the ocean in a drop. How's that so? Study fractals. If you study fractals really in depth, you can understand how one aspect of a fractal, when the more you go into that or magnify that fractal, it has the framework of the whole entire canvas. So as you keep moving in and you keep zooming in or zooming out, as above is below, it's the same exact pattern. And so that is what exists inside of you when you lay down at night. You understand that you are an interdimensional being. The greater part of yourself will be called the higher self. Yes. I mean, you who are walking around, we've been believed to think that we are physical beings that sometimes live a spiritual experience. Haha, no. You are a spiritual being that is for 16 hours a day are experiencing partially physical-based matrix related life. But when you lay your head down at night, understand that the greater part of you exists in other realms and actually assist you or causes chaos in our day-to-day experience. But we got to really raise our frequency beyond what's going on in life. You are more powerful than what you believe. And if the enemy of truth has their way, every single last man, woman, and child would be ignorant of that knowledge and constantly build a civilization for that 1% that's going for 99.9%. So like I said, this may come across egotistical, but this is how you actually use the power of words to bring about what you need to want to experience. And this is called the laws of principles creation. It's called the laws of attraction. This is factual information. So anybody has any question, please, I'll try to check the Facebook for the comments and everything, but you please call in. That's the best way. I am the omnipresent, all-powerful, protecting agency that is governing this here mind-body complex. I am the illumination creating heaven on earth. I am the invincible. I am the presence of divine harmony. I am always connected to the frequency in the heart of God, and I now bring forth solutions for myself and for the world. I am a majestical power of pure love that transcends every human concept. I am limitless. I am the open door which no man can shut. I am the mighty presence of source in action. In short, said all that to say what? I am your brother. Shorter, I am you. So this is the time for all my star seeds and all my light bringers. It's definitely time for us to really step up our motion. So like I said, this hour-long program, I'm finishing my affirmation here, and I'm going to go into some, let you know what this purpose of what this is, purpose of what I'm here to do, and the purpose of some of the key things that's going on in this world that really you may want to give an ear to and rewatch this program over and over. If you want to go to YouTube, please do that right now. Go to YouTube, tap this in, Ptah Shakur. You can see the plethora of videos that I've already posted. You definitely, if you want to kind of check my receipts, go to the episode that I put up on January 2023 where I shared prognosticated a lot of the events that happened in 2023 that have already happened. In short, keep your eyes on the skies. You're going to see a lot of different UAPs. You're going to see a lot of different things dealing with the sun. Woo! Did you know, before I get to this, we freestyling, y'all. Did you know that the sun, our logos, for one, our sun that we go around the sun with, not unless you're some flat earthers. Please call it if you want to. They believe something else. However, that sun that we go around 365 and times going around, that actual sun is actually moving through the cosmos as well. So with that particular sun, our logos that has a central sun that revolves around another sun. Hence the reason why we're going into this particular phase right now. This with the Mayans mentioned with the 2012 and the return of the Mahdi, return of the Christ consciousness. How is this all foreseen? Because we've been in this quadrant before. It took quite a while for us to get into that particular quadrant, but we're here now. So study what's going on with the sun and the fact that there's actually a solar eclipse going on. There's been a lot of outages and things. We're going to do a whole show on that probably next week. Facebook was down. A lot of mobile type things. Understand that there are cataclysms and things that are coming. This is the end of the age, y'all. This is the raising of a new frequency and a new vibration. So with death always is birth. So we want to focus on the positive because it's nothing but positivity ahead. Oh, take a deep breath. Breathe in the wonderful energy that is emanating through every portion of space-time that we're living in right now. This is truly the greatest time to be alive. If you're pulling air right now, regardless of what your political affiliations or whatever your gender affiliations, none of that matters. The fact that you're breathing, you on your 10 toes right now, I have tremendous respect. I salute you because we certainly got a job to do, so I'm certainly going to do mine. I am a catalyst for change. I'm a role model, youth advocate, transformational life coach, Reiki practitioner, entrepreneur, spiritual guide, and channel. I am a rebel, here to uninstall cowardice. I, Ptah Shakur, seek to shed light on the daily atrocities that are orchestrated by the elites who seek control over you and I, and the end game is near. Woo, it's so close. We're going to get into that. I don't want to tease nothing right now. I intend to promote nothing but love, light, education, motivation for all those that are looking to understand what's going on at this particular time and how we can wade through this particular energetic water so we can experience the best of life. I'm a dangerous man to those elites and the shadow government that's been corrupting the world since the 1950s. And for anyone who is willfully participating in your own energetic enslavement, this ain't the show for you. You probably already changed the dial, or just sitting there with your arms crossed, just throwing some hate. That's cool. I take all the hate. I eat it for breakfast. So, for all those that identify as feminine, we need your vision. We need your energy to help correct the ills that we're experiencing in this matrix world that we live in because of this imbalance of the feminine energy, how that was kind of pushed to the side. And I'm going to go into that a little bit. There's a movie I want you all to check out called Book of Clarence. And the different books, even the Book of Apocrypha, where it talks about how Jesus' secret teachings that he gave to the females, and how the Gospels was actually very much afraid of that. Hence, all this masculine type of mentality, we got to balance that out, understand that the feminine energy really needs to be expressed at this time. We're going to get into that later. So my 103 YouTube subscribers, soon to be 103,000, I salute you. I love you. I want you to remember that you are eternal beings with forever being a fraction of eternity. You are beautiful, powerful, love-like children of the most divine grid programmer, and I appreciate you from the bottom of my heart. Keep doing what you're doing. To all my hooded youth, I love you. We love you. Everybody that's in my village, we love you. We understand that our generation lets you down. The generation before us lets you down. But the buck stops here with you and I and all those who will choose to awaken at this key junction in time and understand that the youth that are walking this face of this earth right now are some of the most oldest souls, wisest souls that has ever existed, that chose to reincarnate back so we can clean this planet up, y'all. So we're here to unlock the greatness in those youth, and I need everybody's help. If you're over the age of 30, you got some knowledge to spit to these youth. Stop being scared of. To all my star seeds, wanderers, indigo children, angelic souls, understand these words. We are the new founding fathers of this particular creation, and I'm asking everybody to find that unconditional love for self, because nothing starts. You can't get nothing started until you got that unconditional love for yourself. So when you do have that unconditional love for yourself, I'm asking you to just give a little dollop of daisy, a little sour cream. Give a little bit to your fellow human beings that's masquerading around you as your seemingly separate individual entities, but really they're truly just reflections of yourself. I'm asking everybody to get tapped in, tuned in, to turn on to the Ptah Shakur Speak program. So like I mentioned before, this is our long program. You can feel free to give a call in, 717-846-5067. This is going out live to the White Rose Community Television. Also on Facebook. This camera is going out to YouTube. Before I flip it around, I got to focus on the youth. We got to focus on those youth. Boom, boom, boom. So with that, I should hit this first. Boom. Back at it. So, look at this beautiful picture that you see behind me. Have a young Israel girl. And this is a little delayed. I see myself jumping on the camera. And you see another young gentleman from the Palestinians. We got to do what we can. These are the ones that are being affected. The youth are being affected with what's going on in these incursions that you see going on over in the Gaza Strip area. So the way that we change this around is understand that love is what we need to really shine through the day. And this is not the time. This is not the time. Okay, Ptah Shakur, we're going to sit here and share love, and that somehow miraculously is going to have these soldiers put the weapons down, and the military industrial complex is finally going to realize, hey, the American people, I think they really need to know the truth of what's going on with some of the technologies that we've captured, and the truth of the archaeological evidence that we have found out as far as the origins of humanity and how powerful the residents of United States is. I think it's time that we just come out and just tell everybody how beautiful and powerful they are, and that fact that we've been keeping information from them. That's not going to happen. However, understand that we are moving in that key junction of time, like I mentioned in my little intro. All forms of confusion and fallacy and false information are falling by the wayside as we speak. We are enlivening and we are awakening and it's becoming very evident. More and more people is becoming evident, shall I say. Some people, if you want to, just like in the Matrix movie, some people didn't want to leave the Matrix. They were so caught up and so comfortable in the Matrix, they chose not to see the reality of the world. And the reality, at one point in time, it was kind of doom and gloom, as I say. However, this is our time. This is the time for the righteous. This is the time for those who are mean well. Those majority of us, we are the majority. The 1% are the ones that's doing all this type of trickery. But I'm not really going to speak about them a little bit. But like I said, I went into my little intro. The purpose of this show is for anybody who would like to gain information as far as crystals. I did other programs as far as meditation. We're going to do a little brief breathing exercise, because I keep getting the same question, and I think this program is starting to remove some of the confusing. The veil is getting really, really thin. So these programs I've always wanted to have seen a program like this, but since it's not in existence, hence this is my reason for putting this out there. This is going out here to York, Pennsylvania area. However, if you're catching this somewhere, anywhere in the United States, anywhere in the world, send a plane, send a train. I'll come and talk to you. Soon to be speaking TED Talks. Please, this information that I'm sharing right now is serving as 101 base level information. And pretty soon I will have my Patreon page, and we'll have curriculums to share for individuals, like how to astral travel, how to meditate, how to access that God divine within. I got you covered. Plus, trust and believe, this isn't just a regular me just stand up here and running my mouth type of situation. So, like I said, the program is about sharing with you how to be the best version of yourself and extend and evolve. That's the whole purpose of this construct that we live in. This third dimensional construct is so we can evolve. And if you find yourself not evolving, you're still at the same job, still in the same house, still driving the same car, still wearing the same clothes, understand those angels are going to whisper to you, hey, you have a purpose to do. It's time for, you mastered that. How many times can you show and prove is the question. Yes, you got that job. Yes, you got that girl. You conquered your mission. You got more missions to go. And anytime my wonderful, powerful knights in shining armor, and male and female, that go out and they claim their position here on this planet, you go ahead and use the power of manifestation, which we all have, and you acquire these cars, you acquire this wealth. Share. Each one teach one. Share a little bit of that information and take yourself to another level, because you find that if you got your house, you got your car, you got your things that you acquire. If it's time for you to move and groove on, actually learn some more and evolve, if you don't move, those angel whispers that's trying to motivate you to go extraordinary levels, you might get a knock at the door of someone of a less savory type of expression. What you call those demons that come. You got different type of elements, different type of things, all for us to understand that we have to evolve and change. So we got to really process what's going on outside of us and try to learn. Take whatever this failure that we experience, which is going to go into my youth statement, take whatever temporary defeat, use that, find that gold within it, find that seed of victory in it, and that would carry you further. So, like I said, I'm going to go into my Ptah's mailbag, which deals with, people sent me a question about sleep and its purpose and prayer and its purpose. So we're going to go into prayer. What is prayer? Why should you pray? Why should you pray? Why should you pray? And I got some real wonderful ideas for you all to really kind of start to absorb. Because remember, all great breakthroughs come through break whiffs. And that's the time that we're living in right now, is to break away from some of these belief systems that we were indoctrinated with by the enemy of truth. It's time to break those chains of things that we were previously taught. So please open your mind. So in my focus on the youth, like I said, I got the youth kind of going on behind me. We must teach our youth how to budget and use time. And above all, teach them the truth that time is the greatest asset available and is the most cheapest. We must teach the youth the basic motives in which all people are influenced and show them how to use these motives in acquiring the necessities and the luxuries of life. What I mean about that, they have a saying that says, millionaires don't believe in astrology, billionaires do. What does that mean? Even astrology, and there's other types of forms of understanding key ways that people are influenced. I know you might be sitting at home like, I can't be influenced. There's a movie called, I think it says, Now You See Me. Have a couple of different shows like that that kind of do illusionary. There's individuals doing it for real now. That's just a movie. Darren Brown, as well as there's a lot of CIA government programs that have actually shown you can actually control human. We are influenced. We are influenced by the media. We are influenced by what it is, the music that they will get inserted into our heads. Hence, this is the reason why we live in these horrible, atrocious situations. Okay, I got my sound going. I did a little mic check. So like I said, so we must teach the youth that these are patterns as far as the laws and principles of creation. That's another way to use the energy of creation to bring about what it is that you want in your life. And I'll share just real briefly. If you want to, here, I'm giving this one away for free. Because anybody can sit there at home and say, I want to have a beautiful home and a beautiful wife, while you're sitting there eating Funyuns. I want to have $1 million business and drive a Corvette, and you're sitting there eating Funyuns in the basement. However, but understanding as far as definitely have the definite purpose in mind, which I'm about to go into, and you back that up with tying your emotions into it, you're definitely successful. You cannot, and this goes into a prayer. We're not begging, we're not asking nobody for anything. You demand what you want from out of life, and it returns to you. Much like the Native Americans. They didn't pray for rain, folks. They didn't. This is well documented. It's been documented a couple times how Native Americans, when they do their rain dance, they're not praying to God to let it rain. Put that out there. We must teach the children what to eat, how to eat, and what is the relationship between proper eating and sound health. Go ahead and get yourself some sea moss. Go ahead and start to do some intermittent fasting. Your body don't need all this food, but your body needs nutrients. The things that we're putting in our bodies is absence of that nutrient. That's why you find yourself constantly funneling food, funneling something into your system, all for it to just, your body's, where's my nutrients at? Make sure you get nutrient-rich foods. I know people work and everything, but you got to do it. You must teach the children to be definite in all things, beginning with the choice of a definite major purpose in life. I tell young people, if you're aged between 15 to 22, you need to be failing every day. Fail early, fail often. You need to put a smile on your face. You come home, wow, man, I got a D on this one, but I'm gonna get a C next week. No one is expecting perfection from any of the youth at this time. So a lot of youth that I used to counsel, when you go and they go into motion and they experience a little bit of pain, a little bit of setbacks, a little bit of obstacles, a little bit of difficulty, they'll back up off of it. Ooh, it's not for me. God must have another plan for me. No, sir. No, sir, at all. You produce whatever the plan that you have in your mind. And God actually is that force that makes that energy inside of you to make that happen. You are the one that is driving this ship here. Must teach your children the difference between temporary defeat and failure and show them how to search for the seed of the equivalent advantage that comes with every defeat. We must teach the children how to use their sixth sense in which ideas present themselves in their mind from unknown sources and to examine such ideas carefully. Understand, a lot of youth are really, they're waking up, like I said, and if you're noticing repeating numbers, if you're seeing flashes in the corner of your eye, you're having ringing in your ears, you're having deja vu, you're having precognitive abilities. Like, man, I knew that was going to happen. I should have played that number. You're finding more and more individuals are becoming more cognitive of the abilities that you have. And just want to share this brief idea about sixth sense. You really don't have, you talk about your five senses, the taste, touch. Understand that when you see, your physical act of vision requires touch. It requires the photons that is reflecting off of this particular thing. If you're looking at a tree, understand that the light that is bouncing off of that is physically making contact physically with your retina. And it physically gets traveled through your electrical components to your brains, and then it analyzes in the form of what we call vision. Even a sense of sound. There is touch whenever the air pressure, when something falls across the room and it makes a slight change in the air pressure, and what that does is affects the hammer or the anvil in your ear, your eardrum, excuse me. So that's touch, and that eardrum, when it touches, it causes electrical impulses, which then gets translated to what we call sound. Taste, put your tongue out. Something has to touch your taste. So all of those that I just mentioned, they're all the same sense. It's touch. So we must teach them to use their sixth sense. That sense that's in your heart. And yes, your heart. That is the most powerful organ that you have. The heart is able to detect truth quicker than the brain. Because believe it or not, whenever we're confronted with a particular information, hence the information that I'm presenting to you right now, some of the oil that's on the fast track, you've already picked it up. And man, that bro's on it. I know I'm on it. I know what I'm saying is truth. I know that I'm coming across. I know the information is coming across. So some people recognize it immediately because they feel it in their heart. Understand that when we try to run things through our brain, we have to run things through our belief system. We have to run through the indoctrination. Like, is that really possible? Pass it through. I don't believe that's possible. So I'm automatically just going to turn myself off from that. So we must teach them to use that sixth sense. Use your heart. Trust your heart at this particular time. We also must teach the children that definiteness of purpose Know for sure what you want to do. Burn that bridge behind you and say, hey, ain't going that way. Need to go that way. You take that definiteness of purpose and you back that with the definite plan. Plan it on out. Use that mathematics. By doing those two together and you continuously apply it, don't apply it 3-4 times. Understand that most people, when we give up, much like when you go into the jungles and you're there with a sword and you swashbuckling, you're cutting things down, you're looking for the lost city of gold. Most of us quit when we're 3 feet. This ain't 3 feet. A little longer. 3 feet from our desired destination, we go ahead and just shut it down. So continuously apply your plan and have that definiteness of purpose. That's the most effective form of prayer. And that's a wonderful little tangent to kind of go into prayer. This is one of our people in the Ptah mailbag. Like I said, if you have any questions, you go ahead and get signed in. Something there on the bottom. I'm kind of paying attention to it right now. I got about, what time I got up in here? Ooh, they turn that off. Got like 30 more minutes. So let me turn my little background here. Is as far as a question came to Ptah's mailbag is, what is prayer? What is the popular way to prayer? And then also the question is, as far as sleep, it is purpose. I'm going to answer the one about sleep first. Understand that your body is a tremendous technology. And when you lay that larger part, when you lay your physical body down, like I was sharing before, you travel. And it was an analogy that was shared like this. If you can imagine the fingernail on your finger, you hold your hand out. You pick a fingernail, it don't matter. Whatever fingernail that you're looking at will represent your physical body. Everything that you experience from birth to death is all on that finger. And the larger part of yourself is your higher self. And like I mentioned before, you're a being. Are you a human? Or you're a human being? Are you able to bring the larger part of yourself, that mind-body complex, and when you bring that intelligence down into your body and understand the nature of reality, then you can harness and reap the rewards of that. And like I said, the enemy of truth is trying their very bestest to keep that away from you. If you don't believe me, go ahead and reach around and find a dollar bill. Turn that dollar bill around. You notice on the back you see this pyramid. It says Novus Ordo Seculum. I know that means new and order, and Seculum, world. New world order, and then they have the eye of and the capstone, as they call it. The all-seeing eye. Why is there so many Egyptian, let me get it right. Why is there so many Kemetic symbolism within the dollar bills and within the government? Makes me want to think that the Washington Monument down there, it's not a Washington Monument, it's called an obelisk, folks. Don't believe me? Go over and look at Heliopolis in Upper Kemet. However, the whole idea is that capstone being separated from the rest of the pyramid. There's people who know bits of information, and I know it sounds very disheartening to hear. I did say my warning in the beginning, to understand that the individuals that we have called are, what's the word? I want to say overseers. Our authorities. Our authorities would do their very best. Why wouldn't they share the life-giving information like with Nikolai Tesla on how to get 0-point energy, that you can actually run your entire home without paying any. And this goes into that new world order, folks. I'm going somewhere with this. The information that was presented 100 years ago, because we're basically living in a 100-year moonwalk. We went backwards. I know we got all these funny devices with our hands, but technologically, we really took a step back. Understanding how we could power your home with 0-point energy. But who would lose from that? Your electric company would lose for that. those lobbyists that go to Washington, D.C. that have no business being there, except that they want to kind of make sure those politicians, make sure you vote for, keep 0-point energy. Yeah, keep that in those crates. All those anti-gravitic devices and ships that's hiding over there in Lockheed Skunk Works. Yeah, keep that over there. Understand that they already have the new version of iPhone. They already have this information. They had that information kind of stored up. They can't really come bring all that information all at once, because then that'll oversaturate the market and everybody will. I'm not going to buy that iPhone. I'm going to wait a week and this new one's coming in. So please do your due diligence. Like I said, this New World Order or the New Earth. New World Order is for those that want to follow this pattern. And like I mentioned in the last program, two Mondays ago, if you have that, what's it called? Apple VR. Please get rid of that like the plague. Please don't even, I'm telling you, there's certain things I can share on this particular channel. Others, like I said, you're going to have to go to YouTube and get the full idea of it. But please understand that there's individuals that would like to get us in a totally inorganic lifestyle. Go ahead and watch any of the V from Vendetta, Terminator. Watch all these different type of things. You start to see some. Hey, this is kind of like we're living in a movie right here. But on the other side, like I said, behold, I see the new heaven and the new earth. For the whole old earth has passed away. So these are for all the individuals. If you're still tuning in right now, if you find yourself, most likely you're the one. Put my hands together, it's about to get deep. Most likely you're ones that are looking to kind of move into this new earth. What's this new earth you're talking about, Ptah? What can I experience in this new earth? Glad you answered. Person that has my same voice. What I'm sharing about that is the ability to understand the illusion of separation. The ability for us to understand that, like I was saying in my little intro, the individuals outside of yourself is a reflection of yourself. And you can utilize that knowledge in your day-to-day application. But that person that you're working with that's very, very difficult, understand that that person is in your life for a reason. For you to learn something about yourself. When your emotions start pumping, when somebody can control your emotions, they control you. So 100% dissatisfaction phase brings about a change. So at some point in time, you will evolve and respond differently. Somebody come at you, he come at me like that, I'm going to come out at him like that. He yelling, you both are yelling back and forth. No growth. Understand there's a lot of bots out here. You would think, oh, that person needs to get their stuff. No, you're responsible to get your own stuff together. There's individuals that's in your own families who have set up and chose to be incarnate as total obstacles to keep you from moving into your design path. Now, and I say all this because this third dimensional matrix that we live in, this is a school. This is a game. Please take it seriously at this particular time. You can play any other time. Please don't play right now. This is the great separation that we're moving into right now. So what I mean by that is that every tub shall sit on its own bottom. And when it comes time, when that bell rings and it's time for you to evolve, like it says in the scripture, it said one was taken, one was in the bed, one was in the field. If you are evolving and get to the place where you need to be, you might look around and don't recognize anybody. Find your 5 people in your friend group. I will show you your future. So if you were looking to evolve and you don't even have anybody, you say, but Ptah Shakur, I don't have any friends. All my friends is eating meat and eating bacon and God knows what else. Every single four meals a day like we was told to do. But my body is calling for sea moss and my body is calling for fruits and vegetables of that nature. But, they're not going to buy any of that. So I guess I'll just be eating my ham sandwiches 4 meals a day. Or I just go line up for this pharmaceutical. The pharmaceutical industry, they need some more of my money anyway. So I'll give them some more money, and hopefully they'll give me some medicine that'll get the root of my problem out the way. But we all know that that's not true. We all know that information and that medicine that we're getting is just masking and causing more and more problems. So if you want to continue going and lining up for your, go ahead and line up. Ooh, I got something to say about that mRNA jab that was being passed out. Patience. I'll wait to the very, very end for that. But let me get to my point. My point is that the best form of prayer is when you lay your body down, either at night, before you go to sleep, when you're in that lucid state. You can still hear what's going on. You can still hear the cars, or if you live out in wherever, you can hear a howling of a wolf or whatever. Even when you lay down before you crash, as you say, or in the morning time, you got that alarm that's blaring, set it for another 20 minutes. So when that alarm go off, just sit there and you're in that lucid state again. You're cognitive that you're sleeping. And while you're visualizing your day, that's how you actually you positively contaminate your next move by visualizing your day in advance. So I'm going to have a wonderful day. I'm going to have a beautiful day. Start to really use the power of your imagination. You have some superpowers, folks. Sleep, which I'm telling you right now, is how you re-energize yourself. Your memories, as well as your imagination, and how you can use your imagination to actually heal some of your memories in the past that will free you up energetically so you can move into this new dimension we're living in. When I'm saying about imagination, we all had imagination. Growing up, you had imagine a stick was a gun and things of that nature. And in this world, we were taught to drop that. It's child gauge. Honey child, ain't got time for no imagination. We got real things to do. Real adult world. Haha. No, that is a trick knowledge that is used to get us to assimilate. And remember, the opposite of success is not failure. The opposite of success is conformity. So do not conform. Be your genuine self. Be your imaginative self, because that's the only way that you bring in the reality. Ask Mark Zuckerberg and all them Elon Musk. Ask that 1%. Bezos. Ooh, I got something else to say. I got to move on and groove on. Hopefully y'all getting something from all this information. But in the news, this is one point that I need to kind of get into before I go into my explanation of the affirmation. And I got recommended reading as well. In the news, if you notice, Jeff Bezos, who was it? Mark Zuckerberg. Who else? Individuals are selling a lot of their stocks off. And I'm talking about a lot. I'm talking about billions and billions of dollars of stocks. What are they up to? Why are they getting rid of all these stocks at this particular time? Here's a little hint to the wise for my middle trackers. Those on the high track, you already know. Middle trackers, this one for you. Low trackers, just keep on doubting. Keep on doubting. 100% dissatisfaction being around the change. When you're completely dissatisfied with your experience, then you might listen to that Ptah Shakur guy. But understand that these individuals are, like I said, study the global reset. Klaus Schwab in the World Economical Forum, they're doing a global reset. Getting us all focused distracted with all these other type of things, but really just a lot of cheers just moving around. So they're selling off all their stocks. It's interesting. And also, pay attention to this. There's a Surgeon General, folks, in Florida. There's been some troubling news that came out a couple weeks ago. It's amazing it didn't really hit the major news media. News that actually started last February 2023. There was a landmark legislative court battle. I know you've heard of this one. This is where the doctors around the world had came and they asked the pharmaceutical agencies that actually had the COVID vaccination to present some of the findings of their studies and results of individuals that had received the vaccination. So this was a landmark case back in February 2023 in which, you can please Google this, in which the lawyer for the pharmaceutical agents asked, I think it was 555,000 pages of documents, reports that was already done, that was just sitting there. And they wanted to make it public to you and I. So can you believe this? And if you don't believe this, please Google it. Or DuckDuckGo it. The lawyer for the pharmaceutical agents asked the judge if they can postpone relinquishing these 555,000 pages of documents for 20 years. I know my middle trackers already thinking about this and like, wait a second, why would you wait 25 years to present some information that we want to know now? we're in court now. Of course, the judge thought that was foolish, and so instead decided that they have to release 555 pages every month. And this started in February, so it had already extinguished. Do quick math, that's 10 months. And so now that those studies are being compiled all together, and what they're finding out, the Surgeon General in Florida is finding out that individuals are experiencing things that wasn't promised to them, such as heart defects and I believe it's liver defects. Please check this out. Please do your due diligence and check this on out. Say, this is in the news. I can't make this stuff up here, folks. But before I go into my other portion, I got some recommended reading for you all. Boom, boom. But this particular idea is a wonderful book to check out. I've been aware of this book for quite a while. Eat Right for Your Type. You might ask, okay, what is that about? Understanding that there's different blood types. You have O blood type, you have A, you got A, B, you got B, you got is it RH? Which that's a really, really interesting one. We'll talk about that another time. Like where these different bloods come from, folks. And I go into the origins of humanity. So if you want those type of questions asked, go to Ptah Shakur YouTube or go to ptahshakur1111@gmail.com. Please present your questions there, and I would love to kind of go into them. However, eat right for your type. What you'll find out is if you are a O blood type and you're sharing a meal with someone and they're of say B blood type, understand that how the food, how your body processes and distributes that energy differs depending on your blood type. For instance, something that may be a detriment. You might find foods that bring hypertension in your inflammation in your joints and things of that nature. Or when people get on certain diets, say, hey, I took this diet and girl, the weight just fell off. Then you try to diet and it doesn't work or seem to have the desired effect. It may be because of your blood type. So if you don't know what your blood type is, I don't know how you're gonna figure it out. I don't know if you want to offer up your vein to these pharmaceutical peoples out here. Like I said, the end game is really kind of close. But if you do know what your blood type is, please consult this particular book. You will find that you may have less pain, less headaches, less effects to your body. Because keep in mind, those pharmaceutical companies, they don't even know how they have a cure for the common cold. And the understanding that the common cold is an built-in system in your body to purge. Once you get to a level where it's needed for you to detox, your body will kick it in. Hence, that is why we receive what we call the common cold. And we take all these different type of medications and things to keep us from those particular effects. But like I said, this is something that's inbred in you that is made to detox your body. Do we really want to stop our bodies from detoxing? We need to kind of really think about that. And constantly, like I was saying, seek alternative holistic medicines and everything that we need. Dr. Sebi proved this in individuals like that. Understand, I forgot to say this. I would never hurt myself. I would never kill myself. I'm a happily married man. I'm a family man. I gotta kind of put that out there to keep those crosshairs off me. When you're sharing this level of knowledge that's coming across right now, this is a tremendously freeing information, and I'm not scared. The individuals that's been keeping us under their thumb in the form of oppression and misinformation, they're the ones that's scared. However, like I was sharing, is eat right for your type. Understanding that some of the things that's going on in your body can be quelled by simply omitting something out of your diet. Like oatmeal. I love oatmeal. However, I understand when I do eat oatmeal, right here. Headache right here. So, like I said, the medical institution is not going to teach you about this because they still want you to get that money up. So, please check out this book, Eat Right for Your Type. You can go online and you can see all the different ways you can, and even have recipe ideas. You know what I mean? Recipe ideas where you can kind of real simply put together, and I promise you, you will have a tremendous effect in your life. So, going to go ahead and get ready to go into my little closing message. And all right, boom. Here we go. So like I said, Ptah Shakur, please go on YouTube. Understand that this information, please share this. If you don't want to verbally share this with anybody, might think you're weird. Like, oh, man, bro, what you talking about? Just send them the video. Hey, check this out. You don't want to get judged. I understand. You got to be able to be on this level, you got to be able to stand strong and be confirmed, in which I am. 100%, 110% as far as what's going on in this day and time. Hence, the reason why I'm coming before you wonderful, beloved individuals, my particular reflections in this particular form, to be questioned, to be, pose myself. You want to kind of, like I said, have a little discourse. I see individuals all the time on the streets, and like I said, got a lot of emails from Ptah Shakur, 1111@gmail. So, and particularly the youth. If you're over the age of 50, 60, hey, I understand that some at this particular time they say you can't teach a old dog new tricks. Some of these old dogs you can, but some of them are not, and they may choose to reincarnate after this tremendous what we call it, the shock of the hour, which is really, really close. That is actually going to open the doors to this new wonderful reality that we're moving into right now. So boom, 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 that covered everything. So, like I said, this information, and I just want to share this with everybody, all the division, turmoil that we see going on, wars and rumors of wars, all this type of separation, all of this is an illusion. Pay no attention to that. This is a truly remarkable, beautiful time and experience that we're moving into. And if you didn't hear me in the beginning, this is the time that's written about all the scriptures and the scrolls, the return of them. The Christ consciousness is here. The Mayans spoke about that in 2012. The last program that I did was talking about the harmonic conversion. Salute for all those who participated with that back in August 1987. Individuals got together in the form of visualization. That imagination that I was sharing with you about. That factual, scientific technology to bring in, because everything is in a tourist field. You bring in the reality to you. You have information when you speak and say your words. Understand that they go off further than what your auditorily can hear. It goes out to the edge of space. Yes, I'm saying it again. You that are listening to this right now, you're sitting in your home or you're out and about. You are a tremendously powerful interdimensional being, and yes, you do have an effect out in the cosmos. Hence, whatever you put out, the works that you do, it will be coming back to you in the form of a torus field. Hence, what they call karma, dharma. So for all my light workers, all my star seeds, all my healers that have been sharing your heart and soul out of individuals and being taken advantage of, bullied, disrespected, heartbroken, understand that ship is coming. That ship is coming in. That ship is here now. I'm at the tip of the spear right now. Plus, there's more behind me. You may not see them. However, I'm not coming by myself. I'm asking everybody to embrace love, remove the fear and the fear of scarcity. We have a lot of individuals that are living their lives and think, the enemies of truth want us to all fight for these little scraps in a little circle here. This is a huge world. Abundance is the order of the day. And there's abundance of spiritual energy that's coming in right now. So we're not going to fall for that fear-based media coverage. Because best believe, once you're racked by fear, you're easily controllable physically and you're easily controlled energetically. And so we're not going for that right now. This is the illusion of separation that goes into my message. I did my message to the youth. This is my message for adults. Listen up. The idea that we are separate is the underlying cause of all of our fears. This is the lie. In pure awareness, there is no separation. Everything is entangled. Everything is one. You cannot live in acceptance of life until you're able to overcome your belief in separation. Only one who knows who he or she truly is has the ability to live fearlessly without defenses and thus experience true peace. You must look within to uncover the way that's right for you. In silence, you would know intuitively what is best for you. So what is all that saying? All that is saying is that at this particular time, we need to realize that the true nature of reality is being expressed to us right now. And it's different. I understand that fear, change is the most unwanted thing in creation. So this particular program is to help everybody to start doing those small edits right now. Analyze your belief system. Analyze what you've been taught. Analyze the fear, like the hell that we were told about in our Sunday schools and things of that nature, and how we perceive of the devil and hell, and actually how some of those concepts have limited us. And I don't really have to say it. We're living in that age right now. This is, like I said, this is the golden age. So the truth is being expressed. More and more people are choosing to edit where they put their energy. You see the financial systems collapsing deliberately. You see the political system collapsing deliberately. You see the educational system in our educational schools is falling deliberately. So individuals like us, we have to have a new system set up. New financial system, new educational system, new political system. And this November is going to be really interesting, y'all. So, like I said in my particular intro, is understand that we are the mighty presence of source in action. And I need everybody to actually kind of just dwell on those particular concepts. And with that, I'm going to close out for breathing meditation, and then I give my closing words. So this is how you get in contact with the larger portion of yourself. First, you close your eyes, realizing that your eyes actually receive quite a bit of information per second that your brain has to kind of process. So closing your eyes, your other senses was heightened. Breathing. The enemies of truth do not want you to be in a relaxed state. So when you breathe twice. Breathe into the count of 4. Hold to the count of 4. Breathe out to the count of 8. Breathe into the count of 4. Hold to the count of 4. Breathe out to the count of 8. One more time. Breathe in. Hold. Breathe out to the count of 8. So that's homework for everybody. If you can do it for more than a minute, 5 minutes, you will find that connection to the divine source. So we can go ahead and move into motion. So with my closing words, I'm after everybody, find your heaven on earth. If you need some soul, you need some friends, you need somebody to help, speak to some of this information, please seek me out. Open your mouth. So when you find that heaven on earth, go for a walk. Go get convened with nature. You will find the God divine within. And when you find the God divine within, I promise you, then you will want to create heaven on earth. And ask everybody to create just small pockets on heaven on earth. We can do it. It's up to us. This was Ptah Shakur coming here live with White Rose Community Television, out on Facebook, out on YouTube. Next Monday, stay tuned. Definitely hit me up, Ptah Shakur on YouTube. Love and light to you all.